Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. So I wanted to do a very chilled and relaxed fitness focused Q&A because I feel like I haven't done a fitness focused Q&A in so long, and so I went on Instagram and did that little feature where you guys can like send me direct questions, and we got a lot, a whole lot more than I expected. Like, it just continues. So I'm not gonna make this intro too long. I'm just gonna jump right into this. I have some tea here. This is just some peppermint tea in my coffee mug because we, as I've said before, do not follow rules in this household. Question number one, what have you accomplished that you never imagined you would? This is such a good question. I honestly never thought that I would have the relationship with food that I have right now. I struggled for so many years with binging. I never ever thought that I'd be able to like look at food and not see it as numbers. After tracking macros for so long, that's just something that came so naturally to me. I remember watching like my family members and my friends be able to like go out to eat and just get whatever they want, enjoy it, not go over the top. I truly never thought that I'd be able to be at that point ever again because of the disordered past that I've had with food. So to be able to overcome that for me is so huge. And if you guys want to watch the My Fitness Journey video, I kind of talked about more like my past food issues and binging and body image and things like that. That video is probably my favorite video that I've ever put out on YouTube, so I will link that as well in the description bar. If you are in the position that I was back then, just know that it is possible to have a good relationship with food. It's possible to not view things so black and white. You can enjoy yourself, you can eat healthy, and you can reach your goals all at the same time. It is absolutely possible. Do you have any current insecurities? Absolutely. I think everyone does, right? I mean, unless you're like a perfect human. But one thing that I would just want to say with insecurities, like, you have to remember that 99% of the population doesn't see it. It's just you being overly critical, and I always try to remind myself that. But for me, like, I've always been insecure about my arms, just because of like how my fat distribution is. I hold fat in my limbs, so like my arms and my legs. Wait, I just did legs. My arms and my legs. But like, I've said this to Sam before, and she's like, your arms are fine, like you look so good. So I know that it's a lot of the times it's just me like overthinking it, but I just have to remind myself that this is the body that I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, and it's so not worth like critiquing yourself so much because you get nothing out of it. What I've started doing is every time that I'm in a bad mindset, I will like look in the mirror and pick 3 things about myself that I love, and they don't have to be physical. So just try really hard, and I know that it's hard, especially when you're like in a negative mindset, but pick things about yourself that you love, and I promise you guys, your outlook will change. The more you do that, the more you like actively do that, you're not going to focus so much on the things that you maybe don't like about yourself or you're insecure about yourself. How do you get back on track / motivated if you haven't been going to the gym? I've actually recently been through this. I went through a phase where like I was so unmotivated with the gym, and I was just like, I can't do this. I would say the first thing to remember is that motivation is very, very fleeting. It's gonna come and go. You're gonna have days, weeks, or even like months where you feel so motivated and you are doing everything correctly, you are eating very healthy, you're going to the gym all the time, you're doing your cardio, you're seeing results, and it's very easy to stay motivated like once you're kind of like on a roll. But then something could happen in your life, or maybe just your mindset switches, which is totally normal, where you completely lose it all, which is why I try not to rely on motivation to get me to the gym. Like, it's so great when I am motivated, and I obviously take advantage of that, but I will take consistency over motivation any day. You have to make fitness part of your daily routine. You have to, one, find something that you can see yourself doing long term, whether that be taking F45 classes, doing hot yoga, biking, swimming, going on long runs, weightlifting, boxing. There's so many different things that you could do, but find something that you actually enjoy doing because it makes it a lot easier to stay consistent with it. Make it a goal to go to the gym or take a class or whatever 3 to 4 times a week, and stick to it regardless of what's happening in your life. If it's right on your schedule and you're not like physically sick, you're just unmotivated, then put your headphones in, put a good podcast in, and I promise you, once you get the workout done, you'll feel so much better. So try and think of the end result and how you're going to feel at the end versus how you feel at the beginning. Will you go in a bulk or a cut anytime soon? Well, the holidays are around the corner, and I, as a sane human being, would not recommend anyone to go on a cut because Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, my birthday is January 6th. I feel like if I started cutting right now, I would totally fail. So I'm definitely not going to cut. Maybe I will bulk, but again, me bulking isn't, like, I'm not going to start tracking my macros and calories and stuff like that. So if I did go on a bulk, it would be very mindful, and I would just kind of try and push myself a little bit more at the gym and maybe eat a little bit more than like what I'm used to. But again, it's so hard for me to say that because I'm so comfortable with like where I'm at right now, and I'm very happy with my physique, to be completely honest. Like, I feel good in my skin, I feel good with like my lifestyle, I don't feel restricted, I don't feel like I'm forcing myself to eat. I think I'm good for now, but I will definitely let you guys know. It is good to have a goal every once in a while, and I feel like I am kind of at that point where I want a goal, but I'm just not sure what I want that goal to be. I do know that I'm not gonna cut though, so maybe I don't have that many options. How many compound exercises do you do for lower body workouts? I'll usually do 1 to 2 compound movements to start off with, and then I'll follow up with 3 to 4 accessory exercises, and that'll be my whole workout. What is your favorite food? I would say my favorite healthy food at the moment is like a big bowl of stuff. I've always been, not always actually, when I was a kid I didn't like this at all because I didn't like mixing my food, but I'd say for the last like 5 years I've loved any kind of like big bowls of vegetables, rice, any kind of like protein, so like salmon or egg whites or anything like that, and just kind of throw it all together, add some avocado, add some ketchup on top. That's been like my favorite thing ever. I also love oatmeal, can never ever go wrong with oatmeal, and the possibilities with oatmeal are endless. And I also freaking love avocado toast. I could eat avocado toast for the rest of my life and I will be a happy human. So that's like my healthy food. Now my not so healthy foods, like my favorite dessert would be brownie, ice cream on top, some hot fudge, or like a cookie skillet. I also love Chinese food, Japanese food, I love Mediterranean food. Oh God, honestly guys, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite food because I am not picky at all. I'll eat anything. That's actually a quality about myself that I really like. I like the fact that I am open to trying anything. Do you eat before or after your workouts, or both? So I actually prefer to train on an empty stomach in the morning. I'll usually just have like a coffee with almond milk, and then I'll go to the gym, and that's when I have my best workouts. I personally never wake up hungry, so I don't see the point in like stuffing myself with food when my body doesn't want it. So if my workout is in the morning, then I'll train fasted, but if it's in the afternoon or if it's like too late in the day, then obviously I'll eat before. I think the most important thing to remember is you have to listen to your body and figure out what works for you, because a lot of people will not be able to work out fasted. That's totally normal. I'm just not one of those people. Did your period stay the same after lifting weights? So yes, I have never ever lost my period. I know that in the fitness community or in the fitness industry, a lot of women have in the past spoken up about losing their period. That's more, I don't want to say normalized, but common in like the bodybuilding competing industry, which I was never a part of. I was actually got tons of questions asking if I would ever compete, and no, I would never compete. I was never really interested in that. I think at some point I was kind of like considering it because a lot of people were doing it, and I thought that maybe it'd be kind of cool, but I love food. I really do, and you really have to go to extremes in order to get to that kind of leanness, and I just wasn't willing to do that, and I'm definitely not willing to do that now. Thankfully, I never put myself under that kind of pressure, so I've never lost my period. I've never really had any kind of hormonal issues, knock on wood right now, because that is really scary. Once you mess with your hormones like that, it's so hard to get back to like a normal state and to recover. So if you have lost your period due to maybe over exercising or a very low body fat percentage, I highly encourage you to see a physician, to talk to your gynecologist, and see if you can come up with a plan to get it back as soon as you can. Lately, a few athletes have parted ways with Gymshark. What are your plans for the future? So I thought this was a very good and interesting question. So I'm happy to say that I am not leaving Gymshark. I recently actually re-signed my contract with Gymshark. I love the brand, I love the team, I love the clothes. Like, there's so much about Gymshark that I absolutely love, and I've been with them for so many years now. They're basically like family at this point, and I've made the best friendships through Gymshark. For that, I am like forever grateful. So I just wanted to put that out there. Definitely not leaving anytime soon. What do you like to train the most and what the least, and how do you push through? The most, it's gonna be so basic, but I love training glutes and hamstrings, just legs overall. I feel very strong on my leg days, and I'm able to like push myself, and I don't need as much motivation as I usually do on like upper body days. My least favorite, I would say, is arms, just because I don't normally sweat that much. So for me to like break a sweat during an upper body workout, I would have to do a lot, and I would have to like, I don't know, maybe do like jumping jacks in between. But I love sweating. It makes me feel very like accomplished. So during leg days, I typically sweat a lot, and cardio days, obviously you're sweating, but upper body days, it's just so hard. So I actually try and do cardio before my upper body days. That way I'm already sweating and my heart rate's already up, so I'm a lot more motivated to train arms. That's my tip. What workouts do you think are the best for losing belly fat? So again, remember that you cannot spot reduce fat. You can't choose where it's going to leave your body from. But I would say the best workout for fat loss overall is high intensity interval training. So HIIT, it's been scientifically proven to be the best form of cardio to do if you're trying to lose weight. Now it's not everyone's preference, and that's totally fine. Again, you have to figure out what works best for you and what you can stick to doing. If you hate HIIT, don't force yourself to do it, because you're just going to be miserable and you'll probably give up sooner. But if you are trying to lose body fat, then a caloric deficit is obviously necessary, and pairing that with high intensity training, I would say, is the best combo for you to most efficiently reach your goals. How much protein do you consume in a day? If I had to guess, again, I don't track my macros on a daily basis, but anywhere between like 90 grams to 110 grams at the most. Or actually maybe closer to like 80 grams. But if you guys watch Munchy Mondays, then you can kind of get a good idea of how much protein I eat in a day. My protein mostly comes from egg whites, fish, tempeh, any kind of like vegan or vegetarian like burgers or things like that. If I eat any more than like 120 grams, then my digestive system is not happy. We do not have a good day when I eat that much protein. You can imagine what I mean by that. It's not fun. I am going to end this video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I'm on like 2%, so can't answer any more questions, but I will be sure to do more Q&As in the future because I love them. I love being able to just like sit down and talk, whether it's fitness, whether it's personal. I think these are some of my favorite videos to film. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.